Good morrow, gamers! Or night, whenever you're watching this, I suppose. Meow back for another monthly gaming diary. Let's see. Of course, didn't really do much work this month either, which means we got plenty of games under our belt, though a strange proportion of them. Start off, the Dead by Daylight anniversary event has come and went. I dumped 5 million BP. Let's see, how many levels did I gain from that? Let me scroll down because I took a screenshot of that. So many things. Alright, here we go. I went from Prestige 31, level 22, to Prestige 36, level 33. That's 261 levels with that one boost. And at the end of it all, I think I'm like in Prestige 40s now, and I have tons of cakes. I also played some Killer, of course. The queue is as bad as ever for Killer. Especially because the event is one of the very rare few events that actually favor Killer. Because Killer gets teleport hooks, although they made them jankier this year for some reason, where you have to like look at the hook that you want to put him on instead of it just choosing one, from what I remember of the previous ones at least. I don't know if they did that to make it more reliable to save someone from being teleport hooked. Not that that ever works, but it was kind of annoying when they wiggle and DVDs, of course, really finicky with staying locked onto things, as can be seen with Houndmaster trying to lock onto generators with her search. Which, guess what? I was playing as her. They also changed her anniversary cosmetic too, I noticed. For the better, thankfully. Her original one was just like the mask on her default head and top, and it was like, okay, better than nothing. But then they actually went and made it a full out new torso and decor for the hair, and it's like, okay, this is good. And I dressed her up. Mwah. Love Houndmaster. And as the saying goes, nobody plays Houndmaster because she's good. They play her because doggo. But now that it's come and went, of course putting DVD down for a while, they apparently released a Walking Dead chapter, but I don't care. New Survivor, I sleep. The only time I was actually excited was Castlevania, but even then that came with Dracula, so that was a chef's kiss chapter. Next, Fallout 4, when I was playing through it again, as I was touching on it last month, I got high enough level to check out the Marshland DLC mod, and I don't know if I just somehow missed everything in it or something, but like, the quest to go there and do stuff kind of like ended abruptly, or it's like you search for someone I found them, but they are surrounded by Institute Sense and a Corsair. And the game's like, defeat them! But I guess they didn't anticipate that I would be allied with the Institute. Because then the quest just sort of auto-completes itself because they're not hostile. So there's just this group of guys just sort of standing out there. And I looked, like, I'm not going to say I searched every corner of the map. I didn't, because the place was kind of flat and dreary. It truthfully wasn't super interesting. So I basically threw in the towel. Was like, well, I explored a good portion of this that I could find. I didn't find, like, hardly anything interesting. It's just, hey, let's make a new area with Far Harbor assets. The map. The end. I only found one voiced NPC. I thought there would be, like, a little bit more, maybe like a small settlement at least, but I didn't find anything. Like I said. Oh yeah. So when I went back to Vanilla Fallout, Vanilla in quotation marks, I still had Atomic World installed. The other mod I was playing with. I decided to sit down and make a proper settlement, and I was having so much fun making stuff, but I ran into the issue of size limit. But the thing is, I only made, like, I made one biggish building, a tiny shack to put my power generators in, a small little corner store, and an open air bar. And I hit my limit. And this was at the Starlight Drive-In. So it's this huge, fairly open area. But I could only build in such a tiny little ball of it. And I can't help but think to the writer's excuse for why they made such a dog water story was, oh, people are just going to be building shacks for 40 hours. But, like, I can't spend 40 hours building shacks if all I can build is 3 shacks! So I felt cheated, in a way. Like, almost even more insulted now than I was even originally. It's like, this is your excuse? This is the settlement building system you are so proud of? And the only way to get rid of the settlement building limit, from what I've seen, is using Cheat Engine. But I'm not installing Cheat Engine. It's not my thing. So after that, I kind of just gave up on the game. I was so looking forward to building a proper town, but meh. Like, it's like there's so many cool ideas in Fallout 4, but the execution was just all terrible. Like, kicking the dog water story aside, and the generally stinky writing, like, I would have preferred that how do I put this? Instead of having to put levels into things like blacksmithing, science, armor, this, that, the other thing, you need like 80 different things to be able to make things. And there's so many arbitrary gates on stuff that, from what I hear, is even worse in Starfield. So, yeah, I'm not buying that game for more than $5. Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of frustrations. I would have preferred instead if, like, instead of generic leveled loot inside of dungeons, they could have put, I don't know, schematics in dungeons. Like, you can be upsetty with Elden Ring all you want to be like, too many repeat bosses, too many generic dungeons. But at least in those dungeons, you get a unique prize each time. Whether it's a unique weapon, a unique summon, unique spell, what have you. But in Fallout, it's just literally leveled loot. There's nothing interesting. That's why it's one of the many reasons I call it a looter shooter. It's not an RPG. Anywho, uninstalled that game. Will I play it again? Probably not vanilla. The async that started last month is still going on strong. I have finished a few of my games, and a lot of my other games are on their tail end. They are on their way to getting completed. I've been streaming those when I play. I try to back up the VODs onto the original Meow YouTube channel if you're at all interested. I've been slacking on getting things into playlists. Forgive me. I'm not sorry, though. It's been fun. It's been a relatively smooth ride so far. Let's see. Next. Slitterhead. I got the game and tried it out. I enjoy it. Only played through the tutorial so far. It's kind of funny, though. The tutorial, like, it expected me to do far worse than I did. Because the game was like, oh no, I'm out of people to possess, and I'm almost dead. When in reality, I was at full health, and I never even swapped out of my form even once. I was parrying everything like, sir, I play Dark Souls for enjoyment. This is nothing. I'm pretty sure the game will get a lot harder once more mobs start coming in instead of it just being a one-on-one. From what I've heard, people complain about the game being like, oh, you have to replay it so many times to get everything. And I'm like, oh, so you're saying it's like every other game this developer has ever made. Okay, got it. It's like, why go into the game expecting it to be something by this guy that isn't by the same thing this guy always makes. You know? Though this is the most action-packed game he's ever made that I know of. The guy that made Slitterhead, by the way, is the guy that made Silent Hill, the original, and the Forbidden Siren series. It even has the sight tracking from Forbidden Siren, which is pretty cool. And the general synopsis of Slitterhead is that you're playing as a spirit that can possess people and animals to use abilities. You attack with like blood magic, and in this city that you find yourself in with your broken memory as you're trying to reclaim pieces of yourself, you find there's these creatures called Slitterheads, which are like shape-shifting eldritch monsters that just suck people's brains out. Like, I have not seen brain-sucking aliens in media in so long. It's kind of fun to see again, not gonna lie. But, yeah, I still need to play more of that. I also got and played some of Tunic. I was expecting Zelda 1, as that's what everybody kept telling me is like, but it's more like Zelda Souls, which I was not expecting and kinda don't want, if I have to be honest. It's not bad, but it is a little bit rough. I was expecting to go in for a relaxing experience and not a balls to the wall experience. I don't hate the game, but I'm not loving it. Probably just because my expectations were not met. I was sold one thing and then got another. But I'll probably play more of that as well in the future. Then Terraria. I've been playing modded Terraria with a friend. First time I've done anything with that friend in years. So that's been nice to have someone to do things with, to be honest. I am a very lonely individual. We've been trying out... They've been wanting to try out Calamity, so we're doing Calamity with them. I don't personally care for Calamity, if I can be perfectly honest. There's just things about it that just irk me, like them randomly changing recipes to have more requirements. Like, oh, you can't just have Knight's Edge made with these weapons. You need these weapons and this random bunch of ore from the mod. You can't just get the Fire Gauntlet. You gotta go to the Abyss and farm up some Scoria ore. And I'm just like, why? That aside, I've been playing the Metroid mod. I enjoy it, but I hope the developer works on it more because it breaks so easily, and most of its issues come from multiplayer. Usually, like, a boss only spawns one time, then I have to restart the world if I want to do it in multiplayer. The only exception to this is the Omega Pirate from Metroid Prime. For some reason, he is fine spawning in multiplayer. Even though it's also the only item that says, warning, this is unstable in multiplayer, when it's the most stable boss in multiplayer. What in the world? But, yeah, I've been having fun whenever they can join up. Then there's RuneScape. I have been doing the grind, doing clue scrolls. You can now actually store up. They say up to 5. I've had my max is 4. I don't know what determines how many you can hold. I know some newer players have said they only have 1. I wonder if it has to do with clue scrolls completed. But yeah, I have a capacity of 4 myself. I've done like 130 something scrolls so far last I checked. And being able to stack them up is pretty cool. I've been trying in vain to get Obor's Club, like for the past year or so, whenever I play the game. I've leveled up my HP, prayer, strength, and fishing skills. I think cooking skills as well. I think my strength is like 72 or 73. I know I passed 1 million XP so far. So I am 1/14th or 13th to next level. The max EXP is 200 mil. So I'm 200th the way to max. Woohoo! But so far, Obor has been stubbornly not giving me much good. I keep getting cosmic runes for some reason. I don't care for cosmic runes. The only thing cosmic runes seem to be good for is enchanting, which I guess I can get money from doing that, but like, meh. Wish he'd give me more nature runes. I'll take those, because nature runes are good magic XP. Plus, being able to smith items from anywhere is pretty dang useful. For the price of 1 nature rune a pop, it's dang worth it. Especially once I can start doing runite. I don't have enough mining to dig up runes yet, but you'd be able to do something where I dig up a lump of runite, dig up 8 coal, smith the bar, then do that over and over until we can't get away with it. RuneScape is a good game to play while watching stuff. It's very low maintenance, pretty chill. This is old school RuneScape, I should be clear on. RS2, not RS3. I've also been playing vanilla Terraria, just solo. I've been trying out a run with melee weapons. I say in quotation marks only, because I do use a summon and sentries, because why wouldn't I? There's no reason for any class in the game to not have at least a summon. It's just free damage, plus it's an extra pal to have around. Speaking of pals, the Terraria X Pal World update still not out. I really want to play it. Gimme. Real logic. Gib. Speaking of Terraria X Pal World, Pal Worlds put in a harder Moonlord variant to fight as well. I haven't fought Moonlord at all inside of Pal World. I've been too scared. I don't really have a good setup for doing raids yet. I probably will play more in the future. I mean, it's Pal World, it's good fun. One of those time sink sort of games like Terraria. But I've been more in the mood for Terraria lately. I'll go back to playing Pal World down the line. Don't you worry. Aside from that, I've also been playing Metroid Prime 3 for the first time. The motion controls kind of drag the game down, not gonna lie. But I dig the suit Samus has, and the hyper mode gimmick is alright. I seem to recall people complaining about how annoying it is. Maybe it'll get more frustrating for me in the future, but as of this moment, I don't really mind it too much. What the hyper mode is, basically, Samus has Phazon cancer, and you can cash in an E-Tank to activate it at any time, and you shoot Phazon lasers, which are extremely powerful. But if you remain in hyper mode too long, then you start going into overdrive, and you will instantly die if you don't expend as much energy as you can. Which isn't really that hard. You can like drop half of your bar easily just by doing one charge beam. So again, I don't really get what people's issue are. I know that you can, like, some enemies that attack with Phazon can like send you into hyper mode. But again, it's not really doing anything against you. Just as long as you tap A, you will live. There isn't like stealth mechanics or anything in the game. Just shoot, pew pew. I guess it does, like, if maybe for some people it breaks the flow of the game. But for me, I'm already in combat when that happens, so I'm just going to be like, hey, thanks for the free hyper mode, die! So, shrug. And speaking of shrugging, Metroid Prime Federation Force. That's the game I'm playing on my 3DS when I go out and do things, like the doctor's appointments right now. Decent game. Not going to call it the best game ever. It's not bad. I don't know what people's issue with it is. I, of course, haven't even looked at what issues people have with the game. I don't know if people hate it for what it isn't, rather than what it is. Because what it is it's a decent little mission mode game. Maybe it's because it's not particularly interesting? I don't know. Like, I'm having a fine time with the game. It's just going to place pew pew, some space pirates, and random critters. Do the do, you win, congrats. Maybe it'll get worse when I get further in, who knows. But so far, it's an okay game. Like, if we have to put this on the scale things, it'd probably be one of the most middling Metroid games. I don't have strong feelings for it, but I don't see the negative. Little gnat, gotcha. Anyways. And that, I believe, is that for this month. I was going to be playing some Night Rain today, but the update has been pushed back, apparently. It was supposed to come out today as of this recording and theoretically upload. But I don't know. Guess they have some kinks to iron out. I'm willing to give it a try again. I'm pretty sure I'm probably not going to enjoy myself as much as I would with a traditional Souls-like. But, you know, it's not like I'm going to not play the game I paid for. Sunk cost fallacy, I guess, but at the same time, I do kind of want to unlock more things. It's just the way I be. And lastly, on the upcoming gaming plans, I'm thinking of playing Atlas. It's spelled Atlyss. The horny furry game that came out in recent times that everybody has a hard-on for. It's like Zelda Diablo is basically as best I can describe it. It's a pretty fun game. It's like single-player MMO-ish. Yeah. I'm stumbling on my words, but apparently there's been updates to stuff, and I'm curious what they added. Not that in its Steam release that I would... Dang it, I am stumbling over myself again. My words, they be jumbled. It's not like I 100% the game up to the point of its initial release. I got pretty far. I was doing like this one dungeon. I don't know what the boss of it is. Because of course I've never even reached it. I got as far as this one room that summons a bunch of pig enemies, and I always get my teeth kicked in. But, yeah, it's a fun game. You should give it a try. Let me see if I can't find one review someone wrote of it. Steam page. Do not play the music, please, thank you. Not that it would be copyright or anything. Early access review. Boobs. Okay. Downvoted. Can't play with one hand. Goodness. Let's see. I can't find it, but there was like a review that's like saying, I wish for a new Diablo like in the monkey's paws, finger curls. Something like that. It is a fun game though. Don't let the horny fool you. Anyways, that's all for this month. Hopefully we'll see you again next month. Peace, love, dope. See you next time.